Bu Farid.
All right. All right. We're going to talk about the history of Malaysia and the aromatic herbs in Malaysia cuisine. All right. So I just briefly talk about myself, introduce myself. My name is Faridahan Ismail. I've been teaching in UITM almost going to be 27 years. All right. I actually in a more into a Malaysian cuisine, and I teach in the culinary arts, right? So we are in the hospitality faculty, right? We're going to talk about the history and spices of aromatic in the heart of Malaysian cuisine. As you know, in Malaysia, spices, all right, the contents here we can go is the history of the aromatic, definition of the aromatics and spices and aromatic, what is the Malaysian spices, dishes that influenced by Malaysian spices, and the culture in Malaysia. Right? Next, we go for the Malaysian spices aromatic is rich in culture exchange, trade in culinary evolution, whereby you see in Malaysia, we have three types of culture. We have Indian, Malay, and Chinese. And also we have our native, like our Sabah Sarawak. Okay, Malaysia dish is reflected by the country multi-heritage, where the Malay, India, and English country traditional. So basically, the spices aromatic from the heart of Malaysian cuisine is come from the states itself. We have 14 states, so each states have their own spices and aromatic. Okay, next we go for the definition. Can you hear? Okay, so far so good.
So far so good, Bu Farid.
All right, all right. Okay.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. Huh? All the students can hear, especially in restaurant laboratory. And as the information, all the students join from the first semester until third semester, and almost 125 maybe the audience join in this class, ma'am. Bu Farida, can you mute? Because this is unmute. Bu Farida, please mute yours. Because this is unmute.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I can hear you, Farida.
So should I start again?
Okay, so
We start again, or we go to the first slide again. So just now they can't hear me. Who are you?
yes, of course, I can hear you, Bu Farida.
All right. So we're just talking about the history of Malaysian cuisine, right? In between year of 2000, 2600, 2100, right? Where this Egyptian comes and bring trade in our spices. So these are the, all right. So the cuisine right here, you can see it come from the Europe and the Middle East. Right, Malaysian people okay receive all these spices and aromatic because of the geography. We are trading, right, and culture exchange. Trading is when we, as we know, in Malaysia, in Malacca is where the all these trading people come to exchange, and all these businesses happens in Malacca. All right. So these are the spices that bring in Malaysia, such as black pepper, cinnamons, cumin, nutmeg, and a lot of spices. I think that almost the spices in Malaysia and Indonesia are recently quite the same, isn't that? Isn't Buayu? just to share some of the spices. Hello? Okay, the next, we're going to go for the dishes reflects the multicultural heritage whereby from Malay, Chinese, Indian, and also our traditional spices aromatic in the heart of Malaysian cuisine. So you can see here some of the pictures of the spices that we use in Malaysia. Okay, next. Okay, all right. So we go back to the definition. All right, in Arab, we call it tabal. Okay, in India, we call it masala. And actually, the names of spices is come from French, or in the Italian, we call it expect, right? And then in English, we call it spices. All right, in our Malaysian, we call it rempah. Could be Indonesia called the same, maybe the same common name, okay? Especially the spices is more on powder, all right? Powder, seed, fruits, bark, flavor, or to give some seasoning, all right? That is spices. Compare, you have aromatic. Aromatic is always come from fruits, fresh fruits. Example, onion. What do you have? You have a carrot, leek, celery. All right, all these are curry leaf. All these are called aromatic. Spices are dry, and also a lot of thing has been grounded to be like powdered. Okay, next. Okay, in our country or in Malaysia, usually what is the Malay spices? All right, the Malay spices, or we call it here rempah, or sometimes we call it known as rempah empat beradik. All right, rempah empat beradik means there are four types of spices that we usually use in our cuisine or in our cooking. For example, we have our cinnamon, our clove, our star anise, and our cardamom. All right. For these four spices has always been the main item that we will use in Malaysian cuisine. All right. With all these spices, these spices are usually came from the trading, right? Those days when the trading comes from India, China, Arab. So these spices come into Malaysia, and it becomes very popular in cooking of Malaysian cuisine. All right, next. These dishes influence Malay spices, okay? Malay spices is the aromatic and divide into a wide range of traditional dish that used in our cooking. For example, turmeric, ginger, lemongrass, coconut milk, Malay cuisine offer a very unique of culinary. So the four empat beradik is always food, is always used in the cooking of Malay cuisine. Right? Next. All right. From the spices and aromatic, this is the influence of the product that you can see in the picture. In Malaysia, for example, lemak, all right, coconut milk, or we call it santan, pandan leaf, or the screw pine, key of the aromatic contribute to the fragrance of the rice, and the sambal is often made with chili, garlic, and shallot. But you see here, a nasi lemak is the most popular dish that connects with all the spices and the aroma products that we're going to use in our cuisine, in our cooking. Especially you can see here in the picture, we have the school pine, we have our peanut fried and the anchovies fried, and also we have the sambal, right? And then we have the aromatic products such as cucumber, you have the hard-boiled egg. This is all the influenced by all the spices, and it come out with this dish. All right. So one more another types of influence product that we very popular in Malaysia is our satay. All right. Satay is marinade with the meat, often includes a mixed spice like coriander, cumin, turmeric that's bring the aromatic flavor or the dish more enhanced of the satay. Usually, satay is made by marinating using this cumin, turmeric, and also sugar. All right. So lemongrass, you need to marinate it at least 1 day, 1 night. If you marinate the longer for your satay, the nice flavor and the nice texture will be when you cook the satay. All right. The satay can be more spicy and become so sweet, and also it eats together with the peanut sauce and also the aromatic product plus onion, cucumber, and some with the pressed rice, or they call it nasi impit. Buwayu, I think the student can ask me question between the slide that I produced. I share with you all.
Oh, okay, okay. So this is maybe we'll start continue until finish, or maybe students can first ask if they want. Let's continue first. Okay, Bu Farida.
Oh, you can't do it. Oh, okay. All right. So, one of these influence like satay using the peanut sauce, where we're gonna put our gula melaka, we're gonna use the peanuts, and also we use the turmeric, all right, to give colors and flavor. All right. So these are I'm coming with all the influence from the spices. Then we come from the spices, we create products from it. All right. Next. Okay, this is ayam percik. It's also the most popular dish in Malaysia, where it's a grilled or roasted chicken marinated with rich coconut milk, spices blended, often served with rice. Okay, the spices that we're going to use, still we're going to use the four. Remember our rempah, empat sekawan. We have to use our buah pelaga, kayu manis, your star anise, your clue. See, these four elements is always in the cuisine. Especially when you can see this ayam percik is being roasted, or you can grill it with the marination of a blended item such as your aromatic, whereby you use galanga, you use onion, you use ginger, you use lemongrass. So mix all this together and you marinate the chicken. The best usually for marination, it takes you at least half an hour or 1 hour, will absorb into the chicken, and then you can roast it or you can fry it. All right. So chili is one of the aromatic products. Turmeric, lemongrass, garlic. Okay, it gives more spicy and aromatic flavor to them. It's similar to the satay, but this we use the whole part of the chicken. Like satay, we only use the part of the meat of the chicken that been put in a skewer. Like ayam percik, there's two versions actually. This version, the red one is in KL or in the town area. The white version that I show down here, you see the gravy is white because it's recooked with a coconut milk without any chili. Okay, this is the most popular ayam percik in our Kelantan, in our south of Malaysia. So this part of another state in Malaysia would like to eat their ayam percik in white in color gravy. But in Malaysia, especially in Kuala Lumpur, in all the south area, prefer to eat the ayam percik with the reddish in color. Okay, next. Okay, influenced by the various of the culture. shown. For example, we have Malay, Indian, Chinese. So basically, the previous one is more on the influence of the Malay products, Malay cuisine. And here we're going to go for the Indian trading. Indian trading introduced a varieties of spices, including cardamom, cumin, coriander, and chili pepper. For example, like you have white pepper, black pepper, all right? And Chinese also have their own influence of their spices, like soya sauce, star anise, ingredient enhance the fusions of Malaysian culture, whereby you can see Sichuan pepper. So that also another types of pepper that been infused or been influenced by the cooking in Malaysia itself. In Arab and Persian, they like to use saffron, cumin, and cinnamon. Right? In Europe, as the Portuguese in the 16th century used clove and nutmeg in their cooking also. All right. In Malaysia, as we see just now, we use the 4 elements. We have our star anise, we have our cardamoms, we have our kulit kayu manis, you punya pepper and ginger galanga. And also we have here in the picture, we have some leaf. So leafy is a part of the aromatic products. Also is also influenced by the culture. All right, next. So the culture of Malaysian cuisine, you can see here the pictures. I show that there are about 4 types of the traditional clothing. So the black one you see, that's from the Sabah Sarawak people. All right, that's really the Kadazan and the Iban. And then we have the Chinese. We have our Malay, the Kebaya, and the Sari from the Indian. So Indian traders might bring a culinary knowledge of spices in Malaysia. For example, like turmeric, it brings the yellow spices, add in color, flavor, healthy benefit in many dishes. For example, you see turmeric is not just a color, but give a lot of texture into the products or the cuisine in Malaysia. And also it give a good health benefit, the benefit of having turmeric in the food is give you a good taste, and also it give a health benefit for your when you consume your products. Okay, coriander used in the both coriander also both seeds from the coriander contribute warm citrus flavor in the dish. So each of these spices, it depends on what method of cooking and what types of cooking that you're going to use, right? Cumin is for flavor and also commonly used for blended items. Okay, next. So types of spices here, like chili peppers, fried dried chili are fundamental in Malaysian cooking, adding in the heart of many dishes. For example, in Malaysia, we'll use a lot of chili, all right? As we are the Asian country, a lot of spices in our cooking. Okay, ginger is the aromatic roots used widely for flavor and medical qualities. And also we use for most of it gravy products, soup, we like to use ginger. Fenugreek, okay, fenugreek is a seed leaf and slightly bitter. Nuts flavor are often used in curry. And also it depends, usually fenugreek we use for seafood. We seldom use for red meat. We always use for seafoods and sometimes for vegetables, right? Cardamom. Cardamom, both green and black cardamom. The most popular in Asian country is the green cardamom. Like the black cardamom or the sweet things, aromatic, the Arab people like to use the green and the black one. India, tea. Okay. All right. So you can see here some of the pictures of the spices. Most are the similar one in Indonesia. All right. Next. Okay. This is the dish that influenced by the Indian, okay, by the Indian spices. All right. In Indian spices, we call it nasi kanda. All right. Nasi kanda is a meal steamed rice, rich varieties of curries and a slight dish. The curry often incorporated with spices like turmeric, coriander, cumin, chili. Sometimes you have ginger in it. And these are the person who brings these spices. We call it Indian Muslim. We call it this mama. These mama people are the person who creates these curry products in Malaysia. So this is very popular in Penang, and not just Penang now, and it's also in big city. Nasi kanda is become one of the most popular dish in Malaysia. So you can see how those days this nasi kanda was implemented, or nasi kanda was sold by these young Indian Muslim. Because where they call it kanda, because they carry the rice and the curry using the cut here put on their shoulder. That's where the name called nasi kanda come from. Right, next. And also, I think everybody knows about roti canai. This is also a very popular dish also in Malaysia. And this is become very authentic food. All right, roti canai is a flaky, buttery flat bread that is sweet with dal, or they call it lentil. We have spicy gravy. For example, this roti canai, you can eat together with lentil, or you can eat with the gravy of curry. So just now we have the nasi kanda with the curry, and sometimes the curry of the nasi kanda also can be eaten together with the roti canai. These are the very basic roti canai. Nowadays you can see roti canai in previous version. All right, you have with egg maybe, or you need you have roti canai with egg and onion, roti canai with sardine, roti canai with plain. Okay, so these are a few versions of roti canai. All right, next. Okay, so this another the popular dish also from the Indian cuisine, from the Indian culture, where we call it murtabak. Okay, it's a stuffed pancake that is often filled with minced meat, onion, and sometimes egg. All right, murtabak is similar to your roti canai, but murtabak is square in shape compared to roti canai is round in shape. All right, the filling is usually seasoned with spices, for example, cumin, coriander, chili. All right, sometimes you put a lot of onions inside, and this murtabak is very popular as the street food. And also like roti canai also is very popular as a street food. Okay, nowadays murtabak has become very popular, not just street food, even though in certain event, roti canai has become very popular. All right, next. Okay, so here is laksa. Laksa is also another popular dish in our country. So this is where the aromatic products being used. For example, spicy noodle soups that come with variations of region variety. Popular types include asam laksa and kari laksa. All right, asam laksa is more by the Malay people. Kari laksa is more on the Chinese cuisine, but we call it more like nyonya. Okay, nyonya cuisine or nyonya types of kari laksa is more on coconut milk, like asam laksa using only turmeric water, and also is only blended seafood. For example, you use the fish, right? The fish is being boiled, and then we take the gravy of the fish, all right, and then we blend it, take only the flesh of the fish, and we blend it together with the aromatic product. For example, you can put your you can put a galanga inside, you can put onion, right? And then you use our candle torch, all right? Your candle torch here, we call it bunga kantan. And also we use our chili, red chili, the chili padi. All right, is the taste of laksa is a bit sour and a bit spicy. Okay, and they have the condiment with hard-boiled egg, slice. You can see there we have our cucumber slice, and also we have our lettuce and sliced onion and sliced red meat, and also the bird chili, so it gives more spicy. All right, this asam laksa is flavored with mackerel fish, or sometimes you can use all these mackerel or any like ikan, the we call it here is ikan kembung, or you can use the black fish, right? That contains a lot of we have two types of fish, you know, as usually we learn at the lean fish and flat oil fish. So usually for laksa, we use oil fish. So mackerel fish is another types of oil fish, and you have to add in tamarind, lemongrass, galanga, and the curry laksa usually you put coconut milk. It's a bit creamy taste compared to laksa. And the aromatic, you put kaffir leaf, and also you put your spine. You can put also the ginger torch, right? Okay, next. Okay, this is the influence from the Chinese cuisine, all right, from the Chinese culture, whereby we have wonton mee, all right. The Chinese specially and aromatic add the distinctive flavor favors from the traditional dish in Malaysia. These are the local Chinese in Malaysia, all right. So we have egg noodles with wonton, or call it dumpling. So usually they have the green leaf, or you have like sawi, they call it, soya sauce, sesame oil, and fragrance of garlic and ginger. And you know that Chinese cuisine usually like to have this Szechuan pepper. All right, so these are the, when you look at this spices and aromatic that being used is almost similar, but the method or the types of foods that they prepare are different. Okay, next. Okay. Next, please. Okay. So, looking at all these types of spices, right? Spices and aromatic in the heart of Malaysian cuisine, the flavor of the food also provide the healthy benefit to contribute to preserve the various dish. All right. So, for example, like the satay, like the ayam percik, you need to have these spices and aromatic to be blended together to give them flavors and as to preserve, okay, to preserve the food. For example, our red meat and the white meat to become more juicy, more sweet, more can last long. That's why when we add a lot of spices and aromatic product in our product, it become more flavorful. Each of the spices carry a unique quality, and the application of what spread across the different cuisine and a different cooking method. For example, the Chinese use a lot of herbs to give flavor into their broth. In Indian, they use a lot of spices in their curry. In Malaysian, our Malay people use the four elements, the four rempah to enhance the flavor of the not just the broth, and even though the ayam percik and also the satay, the nasi lemak. Okay, spices are vital and is essential compound in of the culinary practice around the world. So in every state or every part of the world, you can see the use the spices and aromatic in their cooking. So spices and aromatic is something very important actually in Malaysia, not just Malaysia. I think Indonesian also use a lot of spices and aromatic, and also this will give a lot of difference and taste into our culture and also our food. Okay, uh, this is next. So I would like to show you some of this video. All right, so I will show the video. Spices aromatic is more than to mix, okay, near the flavor agents and deeply treat, because during these spices were brought by the European and the Arabic around the world. So these each country spices not just food, but it also a way of express of heritage, of value, and also the connection for each country or each world globe community. So we can see here that spices play an important role to connect to each other, right? The whole globe of this country, with the spices, we will connect to each other. All right, thank you. So, Buayu, can I share you the video?
Okay, go ahead, Bu Farida, that you will show the video.
Can you open this video, or I have my video here? I show it to you.
Can we
Can you
wait a minute? Still connecting to YouTube, the link.
okay.
Okay. All the participant can watch the video? Not yet.
My picture is not that clear.
Still connecting, ma'am. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Welcome to the Tropical Spice Garden, one of Malaysia's most popular ecotourism sites located on the island of Penang. Built on an abandoned rubber plantation, the Tropical Spice Garden is home to over 500 species of flora and fauna and 100 varieties of spices and herbs. We started our day with a tour along the Spice Garden Trail, where our guide pointed out the different varieties of plants that populate.
Wait a minute, ma'am. Still looking for the good
Still
connection.
not working? Buayu, or I will show. I will share you the video. I try to share the video.
We'll open from here. We will open from here. Wait a second, ma'am.
Okay, sure, sure.
Warida, still waiting for the video. Cause when we launched the video from the YouTube, the
Uh-huh.
feel not really nice when we watch it from YouTube. So this is still we try to collecting from the admin. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the Tropical Spice Garden, one of Malaysia's most popular ecotourism sites located on the island of Penang. Built on an abandoned rubber plantation, the Tropical Spice Garden is home to over 500 species of flora and fauna and 100 varieties of spices and herbs. We started our day with a tour along the Spice Garden Trail, where our guide pointed out the different varieties of plants that populate the garden. As we moved along the trail, he also pointed out the various herbs and spices and talked in detail about their culinary and medicinal benefits. After some refreshments of coffee and tea, we made ourselves comfortable at our individual stations in the cooking school. The cooking school is a new addition to the Tropical Spice Garden, with the goals of sharing the love of cooking and eating of fresh herbs and spices. Many different cooks teach at the cooking school, but today we are very privileged to learn from Pearly Key, one of the best Nyonya home cooks around. She led us through 2 different authentic Nyonya-style dishes that we prepared ourselves from start to finish. Pearly was an excellent teacher. She was very enthusiastic about sharing her Nyonya heritage, explaining the history behind some of the dishes. She took the time to show us the proper handling techniques of our cooking tools, the best way to chop our ingredients, and she even went around the room working one-on-one with each of her students. It was a fun and laid-back learning environment. After all our hard work in the kitchen, we sat down for lunch and enjoyed our dishes. It was a truly rewarding experience taking a tour and learning to cook at the Tropical Spice Garden.
Okay, we end our slide. Thank you very much. We don't have any Q&A session. Any question?
Oke. Give applause buat Bu Farida from UITM Malaysia. Bu Farida,
Thank you.
buat hari ini yang sudah join. I think we use two language bilingual within English and Malay and maybe in bahasa Indonesia. Maybe because some students not really able to speak English, so you can choose in bahasa Indonesia to ask about give the Bu Farida questions ya. Jadi Anda bisa memberikan pertanyaan kepada Bu Farida. Boleh pakai bahasa Inggris, boleh pakai bahasa Melayu, belajar bahasa Melayu ya. Sama Bu Farida ya.
Yes, by language can.
Try to speak Malay gitu. Oke. Oke, now start to siapa yang mau nanya nih? Tadi sudah dijelasin banyak banget nih about the Malaysia cuisines. Especially Bu Farida, I think this is the first I can hear about some about Malay cuisines like I don't know. And some of the herb and spicy the same as Indonesia, right? Jadi ada beberapa herb and spicy dan bahkan makanannya sama. Betul nggak?
Yes. Actually, in Malaysia, because kita adalah serumpun, we are Asian country, so our spices are more similar. Could be you have aromatic products, could be a different sometimes from Malaysia and Indonesia. Basically, in Indonesia, what do you call your basic spices that you use? Contohnya di Malaysia kita guna kayu manis, bunga lawang, right? The 4 elements we call here empat beradik. What will be in Indonesia?
Oke. Sebelum ke mahasiswa nih Bu Farida, I'm so curious about actually nasi kandar.
Okay. Yes. Nasi kandar.
I think maybe it is similar, but is it similar with nasi lemak?
No, it's different, totally different. Nasi lemak is more on Malay culture. The nasi lemak is cooked for use for breakfast, but nowadays nasi lemak you can get it or every day. You can get it not just for breakfast. You can get it for lunch. You can get it for dinner. For these nasi lemak, those days only dihidangkan waktu sarapan. Tetapi di sini sekarang nasi lemak sudah menjadi sesuatu yang ada pada setiap masa.
Okay.
You can get it every time. You can have it breakfast, you can have it lunch, you can have it dinner. Okay. The difference between nasi kandar and nasi lemak is cooked, the rice is cooked in a coconut milk. Dimasak bersama santan.
Okay.
And with the condiment. You see the condiment, if you would like to show the slide, so I can briefly explain. If nasi kandar is a plain rice, but a lot of varieties of their gravy. Their curry could be 7. It depends on the cuisine itself. But basically, nasi kandar is a set of meal that consists of curry, with a curry of chicken, maybe curry of fish, or curry of lamb, only the gravy, or maybe you have fish egg curry. Also, they have a varieties of curry. That's nasi kandar, and they have
I see. It looks like nasi.
Have also vegetables like ulam-ulam. I think Indonesia also eat ulam-ulam kan? Bisa ya, Bu? Bisa ya? Ulamnya contoh? Biasanya ulam apa yang selalu dimakan di Indonesia bersama nasi?
Okay. I think it's all of us knows about the Malaysia and Indonesia almost same as the cuisines, yeah, right? So I think love you guys famous about actually just different names, right? I think like nasi lemak. It's actually in Indonesia we call like what? Nasi liwet. Nasi liwet Bu Farida. It's in Malay we call nasi lemak, but in Indonesia, especially in Solo, we call
Mm-hmm.
what? And nasi kandar, I think famously in like nasi padang, right? Jadi memang banyak persamaan banget ya di Malaysia dengan di Indonesia.
Nasi Padang is different, Bu, because nasi
Juga.
Padang, in nasi kandar actually is basically more on kari saja. Dia punya gravy tu kari. Karinya macam-macam. Ada yang bisa hitam
Oh,
ataupun karinya warna brown color. Maksudnya yang hitam tu maksudnya tidak menggunakan coconut milk. They
okay.
only use curry powder. This
Okay.
curry also they have two difference. They have mamak curry and our Malaysian Malay curry. Malay curry use coconut milk. Mamak curry usually no coconut milk. They cook the curry paste, I mean the curry powder until it fragrance and then just put the tamarind water. That's all.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, now it's time to the shooter for ask about many questions. Okay, who's the first? Siapa yang akan bertanya? Silakan boleh pakai bahasa Jawa. Mungkin kalau pakai bahasa Jawa, I have to translate.
Bahasa Jawa tak faham, Bu.
Okay, come on, go ahead, guys. Come on. Ayo bertanya. Come on, silakan. Yuk pakai ini mic-nya. Oke, silakan bertanya. Oke, kalau nggak bisa pakai bahasa Indonesia, boleh. Kalau Anda bisa lancar berbahasa Inggris, silahkan. Oke. Nanti dipersiapkan juga yang online ya, yang ada semua saja. Mahasiswa boleh bertanya kepada Bu Farida. Oke, silahkan. Introduce your name, what class, and what the questions. Udah nanya aja, nggak apa-apa. Oke, yang lainnya silahkan dipersiapkan pertanyaan ya. Satu kelas ada 2 pertanyaan. Ya, oke. Nyalain.
Halo, halo Ibu Farida.
Ya, selamat pagi.
Saya Reza Mahendra dari kelas B Politeknik Indonesia Surakarta. Saya punya pertanyaan tentang bagaimana teknik memasak modern dan penggunaan rempah-rempah dalam masakan Malaysia beradaptasi dengan tren global sambil mempertahankan citra rasa tradisional.
Okay, good question. Actually, what's your name?
Reza Mahendra.
Reza. Okay, Bu Farida. Reza want to give you action. Can you hear the question from Reza, Bu Farida?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically Rizal di sini di Malaysia walaupun masakan otentik lama, contohnya kita menggunakan rempah ratus, masih menggunakan rempah ratus, tapi diolah caranya modern dari segi presentationnya. Presentationnya dari segi pembuatan atau masakannya kekal sama, tapi mungkin cara peralatan could be kita use teknologi yang baru terkini. Dulu kita ada cuma menumis atas periuk, sekarang kita dah ada apa ni? Kita boleh menggunakan peralatan yang moden di mana you boleh pakai sous vide, you boleh menggunakan periuk kita panggil apa itu? Periuk yang boleh bisa masak daging dengan cepat. So you can add in all your spices dalam tu, then it still sustain the flavor of the authentic of the herbs and spices. Saya menjawab soalannya, Rizal?
Reza? Oke, jadi tetap ya. Oke, good. Sekarang ada pertanyaan lagi? Silakan. Come on, ayo guys, come on. Oke, anything. Before the students, Bu Farida,
Ya.
I saw that your on slide is there about kaffir lime leaves. Kaffir lime leaf. In Indonesia, especially in Solo, we have kaffir lime leaves, and I'm so looking for the Google. It's like ini disebut apa? Ada yang tahu nggak kaffir lime leaf? Ya, jeruk purut. Actually, we already have two because we are similar country, right?
Yes, right.
Ini jadi ternyata memang tadi saya bilang lime about kafir ini yang seperti apa, ternyata saya salah mencari, ternyata itu adalah jeruk purut. Jadi daun jeruk purut is actually I really like this smell from this lime karena itu so khas banget ya, untuk daun jeruk itu memberikan aromatik about di masakan kita. Oke, dan beberapa masakan juga sama like murtabak. Indonesia we call martabak, but we have
Yes, yeah.
we have to taste, right? With apa dengan rasa manis, we call martabak manis actually, ya. Jadi untuk ya, tapi kalau di Malaysia yang disampaikan Bu Farida, murtabak ini ada martabak telur, and we call it martabak telur. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Ya, saya pernah merasa martabak manis because versionnya sama di Malaysia dan Indonesia. Cuma di Indonesia dia ada banyak version yang manis. Itu dia letak tu apa cheese sama coklat ke Bu?
Ya betul. We have many flavor like we call chocolate, misses, and then we call can banana, ya, and we call so many tastes about martabak manis.
Usually in martabak here is mostly from the Indian people. But nowadays, not just Indian, Malay also have done the martabak. So the martabak that I show is more on savory. Compared to Indonesia have varieties of sweet martabak.
Yes, we call it martabak telur ya, kalau murtabak. Oke, baik. Pertanyaan kedua dipersilahkan. Silahkan yang ada di online. Adakah kalau memang masih belum bisa terkonek, bisa untuk dengan memberikan chat ya? Oke, silahkan. Di ruangan ini silahkan bertanya. Masih baru satu, masih kesempatan masih banyak terbuka. Ayo guys, come on. I will give you find added score if you want to ask for the first. Reza, congratulations. I will give you a good score in your lesson. In my lesson, of course. Because you already give questions. Okay, who's next? Who wants? Lanjut, nggak ada yang mau tambahan nilai nih? Oke, belakang. Oke, silahkan. Oke, pertanyaannya, silakan perkenalkan namanya dan pertanyaannya.
Excuse me, Miss Farida. I want to some ask question. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kamarul Hassani. I'm from Polytechnic Indonesia in class Hotel B, Hospitality B. I want to asking, have you ever come to Indonesia and when it is? Thank you.
Pardon, can you repeat again your questions? I can hear it.
Have Miss Farida ever come to Indonesia?
Sorry, I can't really understand the question. Can you repeat again?
Pernahkah Bu Farida datang ke Indonesia?
You already go to Indonesia, Bu Farida.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah, yes, I have been I have been to Indonesia, but I haven't reached to Jogja yet. I have been in Sumba. I have been in Bandung and also in Padang, and I really like the scenery and the food. All right. Maybe next year could I be in Jogja? Maybe could see you all. Maybe jumpa dengan Ibu Wahyu, insyaAllah.
Sangat ingin ditunggu Bu kehadirannya to Indonesia. Actually already met with Bu Farida in Malaysia too. Maybe several 4 years ago, maybe 3 years or 5 years ago, maybe before COVID, right?
Yes, yeah, right. We
Yeah,
did meet.
before COVID,
Yeah,
right, Bu Farida? We met
yes,
in UITM Malaysia. They already have a huge campus, like
yeah,
ONS, more than ONS. So yes, UITM is a civil university in Malaysia, and about the first gate into the campus in Bufarida, especially in the office, is so large and so huge. So I'm so appreciate with UITM because in Malaysia they have a hospitality study program amazing, like in
yeah.
UI in Bufaridas. Okay, so we will wait in especially in Solo ya Bu Farida.
Yeah, we arrange maybe next year, the year 2025 is coming, a few more days.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, okay. The next about the material. Okay, the next questions. Silakan pertanyaan berikutnya.
Hello, Mom. I want to ask you something. I want to ask something. But let me introduce myself. My name is Siapa Marika. I am from Klasi. So I want to ask to Miss Farida, what is the different rendang from Malaysia and rendang from Indonesia? Because my friend told me he he was eating rendang in Malaysia, but characteristic is the different. So that's why I wanna ask what is the different rendang from Malaysia and Indonesia.
Okay, thank you for a very good questions. Rendang, actually, Maha, thank you very much for the question. I really enjoy your question. All right. Actually, we are a serumpun. Rendang in Indonesia and Malaysia are similar, quite the same, right? Maybe the difference is because of the state. For example, the local Malaysian, we have rendang Minang also. Here we still have rendang Minang, and we have the most popular, we call it here rendang tok. Rendang tok is a state of Perak, whereby this rendang is using a coconut flake into the rendang, and the color is more darker compared to our rendang Minang. Is there a Minang people here, students? If you see rendang Minang, the color is about a yellowish color. So could be your friends eating the darker color or the lighter color.
Warnanya apa? Warnanya lebih
For that, I don't know. I don't know, ma'am. I don't ask the warnanya nggak tahu gitu.
Okay. Di sini rendangnya lebih kurang sama dengan di Indonesia. Cuma rendang kami di sini mengikut tempat. Tapi selalunya di Kuala Lumpur rendangnya adalah rendang tok. That is the popular rendang in Malaysia is rendang tok. Rendang tok, the color is darker, and usually we use meat compare chicken. If like rendang Minang, you can use chicken or you can use even though meat. But rendang tok usually is a pure meat, solid meat. right? And the color is more darker compared to rendang Minang. Am I answering your question?
Okay. Okay. We only have a question, Bu Farida.
Yes.
Selamat siang, Mom. Saya from Dian Prasetya from Hospitality Study Program. Is that differences about from roti China, Malaysia in India? Is there a differences
Oh,
roti China
all
from
right.
Malaysia and India?
Roti canai in India and in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Actually, the method is a bit different because it's already been improvised a lot during. If you follow the previous the culture of India roti canai, those days roti canai is made by hand. Now people made by using machine because they produce in a lot of bucks. Maksudnya buatnya dalam kuantiti yang banyak. Dulu buatnya kuantiti yang kecil, masih diuli, tapi di tebar masih sama tebar roti canai. Rasanya lebih kurang. Sometimes dulu mereka menggunakan tepung sendiri. Now we use the refined flour from the factories. Rasa cuma lari sedikit. Cuma di sini sekarang ni roti canai tidak menggunakan susu. Susu agak mahal ya Bu, gitu susunya susu condensed milk gitu. Dia jadi lagi lemak dan lembut. Tapi perbezaannya taklah banyak sangat. Gitu.
Similar.
Yes, masih sama.
Oke. Jadi ada perbedaannya. Tadi ada juga pertanyaan tadi yang with the hand. Habib. Habib? Halo? Habib juga mau nanya? Habib? Jadi bertanya kan, Habib?
Hello.
Okay, come on. Please introduce yourself, your name and about
Let
your...
me introduce myself. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Aiba Fikri. As I know, in Malaysia there is Indian people. So has Malaysia influenced by Indian people?
Okay. Farida, can you understand about the questions?
It's talking about how a bit about Indian people. Is it the food?
Bisa diulangi pertanyaannya, Habib?
Can you repeat your question?
Halo, Habib.
It's about what Indian people create. How is it the culture?
About the Malaysian food. Has Malaysian food influenced by Indian food?
Yes, because of
Like
the
curry
spices.
or something else?
Yes, Habib, because as you see in my slide, we are being in terpengaruh ataupun bukannya maksudnya makanan di Malaysia dia melihat pada 3 culture, Malay, Indian and Chinese. So that's where you find the nasi kandar, the roti canai, the thosai, all these are infused by the Indian culture. And also because of that, we have 3 types of culture, actually the Indian, Chinese and Malay. So we have these different types of food. Am I answering your question, Habib?
Halo, Habib. Halo. Oke, Habib kayaknya agak lainnya agak terganggu. Oke, ada pertanyaan nih. Bu Farida, good afternoon. My name is Agus Trianto from the recognition class.
Okay.
What differences about teh tarik in Malaysia and the other? Because Indonesia, we already have teh tarik too, but they can more have some specification about teh tarik in Malaysia.
Oh, if you see the teh tarik in Malaysia is normally, if you see the really authentic teh tarik in Malaysia, they have put garam masala. All right, garam masala is a spices from India, whereby they combine, they cook in the tea and then they strain it and they mix it with the milk, and it becomes a bit spicy. I'm not sure in Indonesia. Is Indonesia just use a normal tea that you merendam bagi dia kembang and then mencampur teh, adakah mencampurkan spices di dalamnya?
Actually, I'm not really knows about teh tarik, but as I know, teh tarik in Indonesia is like tea and milk, right? Without
Tea
garam.
milk, yeah, tea milk.
Yes, I
Oh.
think in Indonesia, teh tarik is only use tea and milk only. So we don't use garam masala.
Here we have that version. If you want it, let's say you want it more authentic, so they will put the garam masala. If you want a normal teh tarik, so you only have tea that been soaked in the hot water and only add in the milk. That's all.
Okay, so use teh tarik. And there's a lot questions again, Bu Farida, in the online. This is in the chat. About nasi kandar. Okay,
Okay,
that
right.
some specific story why that's they call nasi kandar in Malay.
Now,
What the specific story?
the history of nasi, they get the name nasi kandar because those days the people, the mama people sell the nasi kandar using the cart. You see the picture just now? They carry the cart on the left and the right, where the pots and pans. So that's why nasi kandar. They hook the long stick at their shoulder. That's called nasi kandar. That's the name come from. Actually, nasi kandar usually it been sold by the Indian Muslim people. That's called the mama. So the nasi kandar comes because they go to another houses area or places to places by using the stick and with the pots of rice and the curry. Kanda means you carry at your shoulder. That is the nasi kanda get their name.
Okay, so about the history about okay. Thank you. Let me check it. Okay. And there's more questions, Bu Farida. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. In this for class B, what's the iconic food from Malaysia? Iconic food from Malaysia.
Export.
Maybe it's about the iconic. Maybe they want to about the cuisines. Because most of all, in Malaysia, in Indonesia, it's almost same, right? But
Yes, right.
but is it the maybe I don't know what the kind of food that Malaysia exists, but in Indonesia it doesn't exist. Maybe like that.
Maybe the differences we could see from Indonesia and Malaysia, the spices is the same. Could be the method of cooking. Could be some you use coconut milk, and in Malaysia maybe like as what you said. Over there you have nasi lemak. Is your nasi lemak cooked in a coconut milk, or could be you steam the fish, steam the rice? Actually, our cuisine in between Indonesia and Malaysia is not far different. Only maybe the types of sambal could be different, right, Bo?
Okay. So actually, Malaysia and Indonesia have the same history, right? So, as especially Malaysia is near from Indonesia, so the culture of the cuisines is almost same. Jadi memang beberapa sama ya karena kemarin waktu kita saya berkunjung di Malaysia pun saya juga menemui masakan itu hampir serupa. Hanya yang
Hmm.
beda kan, the differences is almost looking about rice, Bu Farida. Because in Indonesia, nasi lemak
Hmm.
when added of the coconut milk is
Mhm.
every single day we eat that. Jadi kalau di Indonesia kita hanya makan itu dengan nasi putih saja without coconut milk.
Yeah.
Ya,
Yes.
tapi
Yeah.
di Malaysia,
Uh,
almost in restaurant, we all
uh-huh.
find about nasi lemak.
Yeah. Right. As I said just now, those days nasi lemak been served only for breakfast. But
Yeah.
as the modern comes in, the demand is there. So people eat nasi lemak without, not only for breakfast, they only can have for lunch and also for dinner and even those supper. So all day round, you can get nasi lemak. You don't have to wait for next day for breakfast to get nasi lemak.
Oke. So jadi kalau di Malaysia nasi gurih itu for every single day, mereka daily. Tetapi kalau di kita itu kan hanya nasi putih aja ya. Jadi pada
Hmm.
Malaysia when I would go to lunch in KFC, we're looking for rice, but
Uh-huh.
only find nasi lemak. So that's why I'm so miss. Oh my God, I'm missing so about only rice, not because in Indonesia nasi lemak it's not we not people every people like it. Just
Hmm.
people want to breakfast. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
To
Usually we serve for breakfast, but nowadays anytime people would like to, if you miss breakfast, could be you eat in lunch, or you miss during lunch, you can have it dinner or supper,
oke.
like that.
Till supper nih mereka nasi gurih terus. Oke. Makanya ini banget ya Bu ya, kerasa banget kalau untuk di Malaysianya spicy-nya kerasa banget sampai ke nasinya.
Yeah, betul. And because sometimes like nasi kandar also nowadays, we have during for lunch and start for until dinner, and during if Ramadan's coming in, so they have it until sahur. They
Oke.
will serve the nasi kandar until sahur.
Oke. Baik, jadi memang agak berbeda nih kalau untuk di Indonesia walaupun sama-sama makan nasinya ya guys. Jadi kalau untuk di Malaysia nasi lemak kan dari itu seperti biasa, kalau di kita adalah nasi putih. Tetapi similar juga sih kalau kita dengan lauk pauknya ya juga ada sayuran, lauk pauk hewani sama karena kita masih
Hmm.
Asia. Jadi
Hmm.
sama banget. Hanya yang membedakan Bu Farida mungkin dari teman-teman di sini ya mahasiswa I don't know, maybe from when I go to UITM for a couple years ago,
Mhm.
I'm so curious why students Malaysia, especially I don't know, is it in UITM or in Malaysia Gen Z, I don't know, in morning every single day, they already use ice, many kind of ice in every single day, especially in the morning, like as Milo, like that. In the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah. Actually, by in the morning, at least by 9 like that, the food vendor already prepared for the ice Milo, tea ice water is being served.
Oke. Jadi waktu saya di Malaysia, guys, itu di kampus itu kantinnya itu ada pagi
Yeah,
7
ada ice water already.
itu ada es Milo. Jadi kalau kayak kita lebaran tuh yang ada box-boxnya itu kan ada es Milo, terus es melon, es
Hmm.
aroma itu. Kalau kita hanya lebaran aja kan, in Malaysia di kampusnya sana, di kantinnya itu jam 7 pagi sudah ada. Gitu loh, dan di semua area itu di Malaysia ngejualin es-es seperti itu. Jadi semua kalau di kita apa yang paling banyak nih? Yang lagi trending apa? Es teh. Ya, es teh. Indonesia, especially right now, uh,
Uh-huh.
young students like iced tea, but it is iced tea in Indonesia. I don't know we call in Malaysia. Jadi tea with ice, with the
Uh-huh.
huge cube ice, and then with the taste it's sweet. What is
Oh, Is it like ice lemon tea
Ah,
or plain ice?
ya,
Plain tea with ice.
lemon tea, like the same lemon tea Indonesia. Untuk minuman yang kayak manis-manis itu kan jarang ya. Nggak tertentu
Hmm.
hari ada kan yang jualan hanya pada saat like in Malaysia last year itu in Indonesia same as we want to go to when fasting month every fasting month some of people sell about that ice but
Yes.
ya jadi
Yeah,
makanya
right.
ya
Yeah, it's true. During fasting month, all the ice were flavored of drinks are being sold.
yes flavor beverage ice especially in ice early in the morning.
Yes, you'd be surprised. Sometimes the students will bring a cups of Milo ice, tea ice, coffee ice, Nescafe ice.
Oke.
Hmm.
Oke, jadi itu ya aja. Jadi perbedaannya mungkin saya budaya ya. Jadi kalau kita di pagi udah bawa es teh gitu, ih bawa es teh gitu ya. Kalau kalau di sana itu udah pagi itu udah tersedia banyak-banyak macam-macam es gitu. Jadi di kantinnya itu kalau di kantin kita kan nggak ada ya, paling es teh ya itu. Wah macam-macam gila. Ini menggugah selera banget.
Di sana maksudnya pagi-pagi nggak ada ice lah, Bu. Minumnya air panas.
Ya, actually ada Bu, tetapi more specific iced tea with the sweet taste and
Hmm.
warm with and cold beverage. There's only two, but some of the people when sold this are like apa ya sasetan is in English what is just kind of minuman serbuk minuman
Three in one lah macam tu. Three in one drinks.
ya jadi kita kalau di Indonesia itu minuman serbuk itu ada tetapi by request tetap
Hmm.
jadi tetapi kalau in daily in the morning jadi di kantin-kantin itu tersedianya adalah es teh manis with the taste flavor
Hmm.
and the orange with the
Oh,
cold ya itu.
oh, okay.
Untuk makanannya sih tersaji juga komplit sih kalau untuk di Indonesia, especially kami sangat mengharapkan Bu Farida bisa ke Solo Bu, karena di Solo itu kulinernya amazing banget ya,
Hmm.
and so cheap ya, jadi murah banget. Istilahnya kami masih sangat terjangkau harganya untuk di.
Oh, okay.
Jadi kita tunggu ya Bu Farida karena kita sudah banyak sekali kalau untuk Bu Farida sebagai informasi ya guys, Bu Farida sudah menjalin kerjasama lama dengan Indonesia terutama dengan prodi perhotelan. Jadi kita sudah sering tiktokan nih sama Bu Farida gitu. Tinggal kita tunggu Bu Faridanya ke Indonesia aja ya.
Insya Allah. Hmm.
Baik. Ada
Hmm.
lagi pertanyaan guys di sini? Sudah cukup? Oke, Bu Farida, sudah tidak ada pertanyaan dari mahasiswa kami. First of all, dan terima kasih sekali saya ucapkan kepada Bu Farida atas terlaksananya dari kegiatan lecture exchange ini, karena kami sangat menunggu juga nanti ya Bu Farida untuk mengisi
Mhm.
di kali lain, di waktu lain, dan saya harapkan juga saya sendiri juga bisa mengisi untuk di kelasnya Bu Farida. Jadi nanti biar mahasiswa
Hmm.
bisa saling join, bisa mengenalkan masakan Indonesia, terutama masakan Solo ya.
Ah, betul betul.
Kalinya.
Hmm.
Oke,
Sebab nanti saya bisa bincangkan nanti dengan ketua nanti. Sebab saya semester ni nggak ada ngajar pelajar kelas praktikalnya ada, kelas teorinya nggak ada semester ni.
Oke, masih libur ya Bu kalau di sana lagi liburan, tapi kalau untuk di mahasiswa kami masih menunggu beberapa waktu lagi untuk ada holiday. Sebelum kita tutup guys, terima kasih kepada mahasiswa saya di sini semuanya, baik yang hadir di kelas ini ataupun yang di online. Tak lupa saya juga mengucapkan di penghujung tahun yang di 2024 ini saya ucapkan selamat tahun baru kepada Bu Farida. Semoga tahun 2025 baik Bu Farida, sekeluarga ataupun kita semua dalam kondisi sehat. Ya, lebih baik lagi di tahun 2025. Baiklah, untuk mengakhiri kegiatan ini, Sebelum saya tutup, saya sedikit akan menyampaikan apa yang sudah disampaikan dari Bu Farida mengenai herb and spicy about Malaysia cuisines. Tadi sudah disampaikan dari Bu Farida banyak sekali bahwa banyak sekali bumbu dan rempah yang digunakan di Malaysia, ya, yang sama juga yang kita dapati di Indonesia, terutama di Solo ini, sehingga rasa ataupun aroma yang ada di masakan Malaysia itu juga sama juga dengan yang ada di Indonesia. Dan tadi juga sudah disebutkan banyak sekali makanan, masakan, bahkan sebenarnya tidak hanya itu, kalau saya juga berjumpa Bu Farida bahwa ada juga kuliner kue-kue yang sama juga ya Bu Farida.
Ya, betul.
Hampir sama juga dan sama persis, hanya mungkin berbeda nama saja penamaan. Baik, Farida, sekali lagi saya dari Politeknik Universitas Surakarta, terutama D3 Perhotelan, mengucapkan terima kasih sekali atas terlaksananya kerjasama ini. Terima kasih Bu Farida, terima kasih dan terima kasih. Saya tutup. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you next time in International Lecture Exchange. Give applause buat Bu Farida.
Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Have a nice day and happy new year.
Oke, terima kasih. Dan kepada teman-teman mahasiswa, terima kasih untuk pertemuan kuliah saya hari ini dengan Bu Farida. Kita ketemu di pertemuan next ya. Dan jangan lupa untuk mengisi daftar hadir, karena untuk daftar hadirnya adalah berikut dengan sertifikatnya. Oh ya Ibu Farida, saya sampaikan juga sekaligus saya ingin share sertifikat untuk Bu Farida. Farida Hanim Ismail, give some appreciation on this.
Terima kasih.
Give some a big applause again Bu Farida. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Bu dan terima kasih semua mahasiswa dan mahasiswi.
Farida, sampai jumpa semua. Bye bye.
Bye.